Oh, hey, I didn't see you guys there. But sure, I'm glad you're here. You know why? Because it's Monopoly Night in America. That's right. We are here for our 16th episode of the season. We are excited about it. And we're about to get all batty and rowdy here in just a few moments. I forgot to ask. Hey, Tyrone, how you spell your name?
It's Tyrone.
And your last name?
Allen.
Okay. Because I forgot to put that there. Boom, now it's there. All right. So we're going to get started with this Monopoly Night America here in, I don't know, maybe about 3, 2, 1. Hoping Travis is paying attention.
Yeah! Monopoly. The most popular board game is now Monopoly the 2D game. Here comes the players. The red player Poot, yellow player Tyrone, and the green player Josh. Here comes Mr. Monopoly, Jason Myers. And here comes our host, Ferguson.
I tell you what, I made out about every third word he said, but the ones I heard, I thoroughly enjoyed. Thank you very much, Travis Coulter, and welcome back to another fantastic episode of Monopoly Night in America right here, coming to you live and in living color from Grandma Studios inside of the MVG production house. It is so good to be back with you guys once again. If you remember the last time we were here on Friday night, Scott McVay, Mr. Poot, was able to win his third game in a row this season and has run his total winnings up to $756,118. So welcome back to the stage, our champion, Poot McVay. How we doing, Poot? Yeah, how we doing over there, Poot?
Oh, pretty good.
Yeah, I mean the winning just does not seem to stop for you. It's kind of like your Charlie Sheen post 2.5 Men.
Yeah, the big old snort of white powder. There you go.
There you go. So yeah, I mean those numbers just do not lie. You have taken us for everything that we are worth. Not only are you currently on a 3-game winning streak, you've already had a 4-game winning streak this season, and you have won our bonus game 5 times already this year, which is most certainly a single season record for one player. Do you see there being any end to your luck?
You know, every time we play this game, I always think to myself, is this the night someone's finally going to beat me and stop my run here? And like I said, I always just do the wait and see approach here. That's all I can say.
Well, and hey, I totally understand that, man. You have been a fantastic player. And I think the thing for you is that you just get on such a run in the acquisition phase. It's just hard for anybody to keep up at that point.
Sometimes this is true, especially the 2 episodes ago, so I know that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see if you can do it again tonight because you've got some players here ready to go up against your mighty, mighty power. And that first one here is in our gold podium. This is the first time that this person has ever been on Monopoly Night in America. And if I'm not mistaken, is maybe the first time he's ever been on a Grandma Studios production. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the Monopoly stage, Tyrone Biggums Allen.
This was an accident. This was an accident
because what many of you do not know that are watching is that if we have a bunch of people sign up, what we will do is we do basically a showdown round to see who's going to get the gold and the green podium. And Tyrone was not one that signed up to have his name in the list, but he inadvertently yelled out one of the answers, which was correct. So we gave it to him and said, okay, if anybody else just wants to yell out answers and you happen to get through, you'll get one of the podiums. And sure enough, Tyrone was the first one to get a podium. So here you are.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing right now.
We'll find out soon enough. So, since this is your first time on Monopoly Night in America, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about yourself? So, basically, where are you from? What do you do for a living? And what makes you the one that will take down Poot?
All right, so I'm from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I work in an OR just as an OR tech, so I help with the cleaning up of the messy cases or the not so messy cases. So that's a daily thing. I'm off this week, thank goodness. And how I think I could beat Poot here? By doing hopefully by doing nothing.
Well, that's an interesting way to go about it, but who knows? Maybe it'll be what winds up being the thing that takes Poot down. We'll see what happens. Maybe you will be his Beano, and then there will be no gas. Hopefully, that'll be our next sponsor. So yeah, we definitely wish you the best of luck here tonight, Tyrone, and thanks for being here. And finally, in our green podium, this is his second time with us this season. The last time that we saw him, he was able to rack up $5,690 and actually come in second place for when Poot was able to win his first game in this current run. So welcome back to the Monopoly stage, Mr. Josh Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Rootin'.
Hi, turd.
Yes, the man, the myth, the legend. We are very lucky to have him here as a part of MVG Productions. This man is a epic software maker. I can tell you, those of you that are out there in the world, if you ever think of a game show software you might want and you're willing to pay a handsome price for it, just reach out to Joshua Rutin and he might be able to help you out. But remember, as I said, it's going to cost you. So
Yeah.
definitely.
Thanks for the plug, but I mean, you didn't have to say it like that.
Well, hey, I mean, you were very kind and you were able to go in and rework some previous software to put together a fantastically beautiful and fantastically working Definition After Dark software. And we are
You. Oh, wow.
we are very thankful for that. And I know there's many other projects that you've got in the pipeline, and all of us here at MVG are looking forward to it. And we're very thankful because, as many of us would say, we've got some joke ones that we have that go around inside of MVG, but there's a lot of game show software out there that people would love to see. Game shows that there's nothing exists. I know one that we've always talked about that we would love to see someday, and not that we're begging for it, but that play the percentages. But there's just so many great game shows that were out there that nobody's taken the time to make software for it to this point. So knowing that there are people like yourself out there that have the talent to be able to do this kind of stuff, and you love game shows enough to be able to put these things together. And on top of that, you even make up some of your own original creations. And I know there's one of them that has to do with some flying. Tell everybody about it.
Flying? I don't know if it's flying. I mean, I did create and I made a game show called Fortune Trinity, which is it's a trivia-based game show where you can win thousands of dollars in different jackpot games. I've recently made an edition of Gold Mine just because I wanted to challenge myself. And funny you mentioned play the percentages, because I actually do have a semi-working software of play the percentages that I made for one of our own here at MVG. I just have to finish making the bonus game.
Oh, okay, cool. Now, so the one that was the flying one that I'm thinking of, it was like one of the very first games Jet Setters. Yeah, there you go.
Jet Setters. Yeah, no, that one's based off of a game in Japan called Sugoroku Game. Yeah, I made it for a dear friend of mine who's been on many game shows, Dr. Josh Wu, and I made it for him because that's like one of his favorites as well too. So yeah, it's been a while since we've done a Jet Setters. We might need to play it again.
It has been a while. And hey, who knows, everybody? If you stay tuned, you might get lucky someday. You might get to see an episode of Jet Setters just happen to show up on MVG's page. So again, that's why you guys subscribe. Make sure you ring that bell for notifications so you can see when stuff like that happens. So Yeah. So, Joshua, I will ask you one further question. Why are you the one that's going to be able to take down Poot, seeing as how the first time you faced him, he kind of doubled you up?
Well, I'll just say this. The reason why I'm going to beat him is because I can actually grab something by the jewels instead of the balls.
This is true.
I love bumps.
So, all right. Well, fantastic there. Well, we definitely wish you the best of luck as well tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, those are our contestants. So that means it is time for us to get into our game here. And just before we go into the rules, let's go ahead and have a quick buzzer check. So Poot, buzz in. And Tyrone. And Joshua.
Hello? Hello?
All right, let's
I'm
double
pushing
check
it.
that. All right, so
I'm pushing it.
Yeah, shift 3. Let me.
Let me try it again.
Yep. There we go.
Ta-da!
All right. So we are working well now. So let's do this thing here. So, of course, ladies and gentlemen, this is the acquisition phase of our game. Of course, here, players, we're going to be making one full trip around the board, stopping at each color property. You'll notice at the bottom of that property, there's a dollar amount. If you were able to get the trivia question that I asked correct, if you buzz in quick enough, of course, and get it correct, you'll get that dollar amount. If you get it wrong, though, we're going to take it away from you. If nobody gets the question correct, then we will cut the value of that property down in half, one time and one time only, until someone gets that question correct. And of course, once we make it through all of the properties in that color group, if someone owns them all, they're going to get a special little bonus. If it's owned by multiple people, we'll do our little showdown round. So we are ready to go. Let's do it as we start in our brown property group. And we start with Mediterranean Avenue, which is a $60 property. Good luck, players. In education, an associate's degree is typically, Joshua?
2 years.
2 years is correct. $60 to you. All right, now we move over to Baltic Avenue, worth 60. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is, Tyrone?
Oh, it's what's the average?
I'm sorry, it's going to cost you 60. All right, it's primarily made up of stocks from what exchange? Joshua?
NASDAQ.
No.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you 60. Poot, you want a shot? Go ahead.
New York Stock Exchange.
The New York Stock Exchange is correct. $60 to you, takes you to 60. We are now ready for a showdown between Joshua and Poot. Whoever gives me the first correct answer will take the brown properties. Tyrone, you're going to sit this out. In poetry, traditionally, how many lines are there in a sonnet? Poot.
14.
14 is correct, and you have taken the brown property group. Let's turn that one red. We'll give you $120 of combined value, taking you up to $180. We now go to our light blue properties. We start with Oriental Avenue, worth 100. All players are involved with how many ounces are there in a U.S. measure of 1 pint? Joshua?
32.
No, I'm sorry. That's going to cost you 100. Tyrone?
Is it a pint?
Yes, in a pint.
16.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you 100. Ooh, you want a shot at it? Oh, I apologize. I looked at one line too high, so let's turn that back around. I'm going to buzz Tyrone back in. He was correct, so we'll give him that back, and now he gets the $100. My apologies there. You were up to $40, and you have Oriental Avenue. Next up, Vermont Avenue, worth $100. In anatomy, what part of the body does a nephrologist treat? Players, that would be the kidneys.
Aww.
All right. Got that property in half to $50. How many engines are there on a Boeing 747? Joshua?
4.
4 is correct. $50 to you takes you up to -50. So we've got one for Tyrone and one for Joshua. Next up is Connecticut Avenue for 120. In geography, which U.S. state is on the other side of Nebraska's northern border? And that's Poot.
South Dakota.
South Dakota is correct. 120 to you. You're up to 300. All right. Each player owns a property here. That means whoever gives me 2 answers correct first will take the monopoly, and they do not have to be consecutive. First one. In math, a compass or pair of compasses is a tool used to do what? Poot.
Make circles.
I will accept that. Draw circles is correct. That's 1. What are the only national monuments in the United States that are mobile? Joshua.
The Vietnam War Monument?
No, I'm sorry. Tyrone or Poot? Those would be the San Francisco cable cars.
Oh. Okay.
Makes sense.
All right, next up. In religion, which man was the first pope? Poot.
St. Francis.
No, I'm sorry. Joshua.
Peter.
The Apostle Peter is correct. So that's 1 correct for Poot, 1 correct for Joshua. Tyrone, you can still get back in this. A fedora is an item of clothing. Joshua?
Ed.
No, I'm sorry. But is it a type of shoe or a type of hat? Poot?
It's a hat.
It is a hat, and Poot, you have taken the light blue properties. Let's turn those red and give you $320 of combined value, which takes you up to $620. We now turn on to 2nd Street. We're with our magenta properties, and we start with St. Charles Place, which is worth $140. All players are involved. Australia was originally started as what type? Joshua?
A prison colony.
A prison or penal colony is correct. 142. Sounds like a place you would have enjoyed, Joshua. All right, you're up to $90. Next up, States Avenue for 140. In science, what is the chemical symbol for water? Tyrone.
H2O.
H2O is correct. 140 to you. You're at 180. 1 for Joshua, 1 for Tyrone. Now we go to Virginia Avenue for 160. Where is the headquarters of the retail corporation Walmart? Joshua.
Arkansas.
Arkansas is correct. 160 to you takes you to 250. So this time our showdown is going to be between Tyrone and Joshua. Tyrone, I need 2 correct answers. Joshua, I only need 1. In geography, of which country is the city of Paramaribo the capital? That would be Suriname. In music, which artist recorded the multi-million selling album Born to Run? Tyrone.
Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce Springsteen is correct. That's 1. 1 more and you'll get the monopoly. The Hoosiers is the nickname of Tyrone.
Indiana University.
Indiana University is correct. And Tyrone, you have the magenta monopoly. Let's turn that yellow. And we'll give you $440 of combined value, which takes you up to $620. And we've got a tie.
Ooh.
Next up, we go to our orange property group. We start with St. James Place, which is worth $180. Everyone's involved again. Who played Hawkeye Pierce in the Poot?
Ooh.
Elliot Gould.
No, I'm sorry. That cost you $180. I'll finish the quote. Tyrone?
Donald Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland, because it was in the movie version of math. Donald Sutherland is correct. 180 takes you to 800. Next up, we go to Tennessee Avenue for 180. What is the name of the salesman in Arthur Miller's play? Poot?
Willie Loman.
Willie Loman is correct. 180 for you takes you to 620. So we've got 1 for Poot, 1 for Tyrone. Next up, New York Avenue for 200. In history, which United States president liked Fresca soda so much he had a tap? And that's Poot.
Lyndon B. Johnson.
Lyndon Baines Johnson is correct. 200 to you takes you to 820. So we're ready for another showdown. This time, Poot, you need one correct answer to take the Monopoly. Tyrone, you're going to need two again, but you've shown you can do it. Joshua, you'll sit this one out. In anatomy, what is the common name for the tympanic membrane? Poot.
Eardrum.
Eardrum is correct. And Poot, you have the orange Monopoly. We're going to turn that one red and give you $560 of combined value, which takes you up to $1,380. We now turn on to 3rd Street. We're at our red property group, and we start with Kentucky Avenue for $220 with all players involved. Born in 1694, which French writer was the author of Candide? That would be Voltaire. All right, let's cut that property value in half down to 110. On which television sitcom would you find siblings Ross and Monica Geller? Tyrone.
Friends.
Friends is correct. 110 to you takes you to 910. Next up, Indiana Avenue for 220. How many feet are there in 1 mile? Poot.
Oh, gosh. 5,280.
5280 is correct. 220 to you takes you up to 1600. One for Tyrone, one for Poot. Next up is Illinois Avenue for 240. In what U.S. state is the brick-by-brick reconstruction of London Bridge located? Poot.
Arizona.
Arizona is correct. 240 to you takes you to 1840. We're ready for our next showdown. Once again, Poot only needs one. Tyrone needs two. Which hallucinogenic drug was developed by Dr. Albert Hoffman and became popular during the 1960s hit? Tyrone?
PCD.
No, I'm sorry. During the Poot?
LSD.
LSD is correct, and you have taken the red Monopoly. Let's turn it red and give you $680 of combined value, which takes you up to $2,520. Yes, Joshua.
I just checking my buzzer. Sorry.
Fantastic. All right, we now move over to our. Okay, time's up. All right, we now move over to our yellow property group. We start with Atlantic Avenue, worth 260. Everyone's playing. Which Italian dictator was known as Il Duce? Joshua.
Benito Mussolini.
Mussolini is correct. 260 to you, doubles your score up to 510. Next up, Ventnor Avenue for 260. Which Welsh actor did Elizabeth Taylor marry and divorce twice? Poot.
Richard Burton.
Richard Burton is correct. 260 for you, takes you to 2780. Next up, Marvin Gardens for 280. What was the real name of legendary baseball player Babe Ruth? That would be George Herman Ruth. Aww. All right, we cut that property value in half now to 140. In jazz, Miles Davis is normally associated with playing which instrument? Tyrone.
He is the trumpet.
Trumpet is correct. 140 to you takes you to 1,050. All right. So this one, just double checking there. So everybody owns one of the properties. So again, I need two correct answers to take the Monopoly. Which television series featured a sheriff by the name of Roscoe P. Coltrane? Poot.
Dukes of Hazzard.
Dukes of Hazzard is correct. That's one for Poot. In geography, what mountain range is home to Mount Holyoke, Amherst, and Williams? Joshua.
The Alps.
No. Poot.
The Rockies.
No. Tyrone.
Give it a shot. Appalachians.
No, was the Berkshires. All right, next question. What is the full name of the food manufacturer contracted to Nabisco? Poot.
Oh gosh. Nestle Biscuit Company.
No, I'm sorry. Tyrone.
National Biscuit Company.
National Biscuit Company is correct. That's one for Poot, one for Tyrone. In math, how many millimeters are there in a... Joshua?
Oh gosh, 1,000.
Nope. In a centimeter. Poot.
10.
10 is correct, and Poot, you have taken the yellow Monopoly. Let's turn that one red. And you have $800 of combined value, taking you up to $3,580. We now turn on to 4th Street. We start with that, what? Very specific avenue. That's right. It's Pacific Avenue, worth $300. In movies, who directed the first film in the Godfather trilogy? Tyrone.
Oh, what you just got?
No, I'm sorry. It's going to cost you $300. Poot.
Francis Ford Coppola.
Francis Ford Coppola is correct. I thought you were going to say it, Tyrone. $300 to Poot. Takes him to $38.80. Next up, North Carolina Avenue, the home of Brandon Scruggs, for $300. In science, what is the chemical symbol for carbon? Tyrone.
It is CA.
No, I'm sorry. It cost you $300. Joshua.
B.
C is correct. $300 to you, takes you to $810. One for Poot, one for Joshua. Next up, Pennsylvania Avenue, the home of the president, for $320. The United Nations headquarters building is located in which city? Poot.
New York City.
New York City is correct. $320 for you, takes you to $4,200. All right, we're ready for our showdown. Poot has 2. Joshua has 1. So, Poot, I need 1 correct answer. Joshua, I'm going to need 2. Which soldier and political leader of the 18th and 19th centuries is pictured on the U.S. $10 bill? Poot.
Alexander Hamilton.
Alexander Hamilton is correct, and you have taken the green Monopoly. Let's turn that one red and give you $920 of combined value, taking you up to $5,120. We are now to our final Monopoly, our dark blues, and we start with Park Place for $350. Everyone's playing. Who is credited with inventing the sport of basketball? Poot?
Naismith.
Naismith is correct. $350 to you, takes you to $54.70. And we are now to our final property in the acquisition phase. This is Boardwalk, worth $400. What comic book Cape Crusader was created by Bob Kane? Poot.
Batman.
Batman is correct, and you get $400 for the Boardwalk. And you own all the properties in the dark blue, so let's turn those red and give you $750 of combined value, taking you up to a record $6,620. And that takes us to the end of the acquisition phase, aka Seffi's murder scene. Let's take a look at how things are going. Currently in 3rd place with 1 Monopoly and $450 is our gold player, Tyrone Allen. In 2nd place with no Monopolies but $810 is our green player, Joshua Rutan. And in 1st place with 7 Monopolies and $6,620 is our current champion, Poot McVay. This is the point, ladies and gentlemen, where we take that first commercial break. And while we're taking that break, these players, well, at least 2 of them, they're going to be making upgrades to their properties, buying houses and hotels. And when we come back, we're going to play our 15-minute big money round to find out who's going on to play the bonus game for up to $50,000 right here on Monopoly Night in America. All right, back here with Monopoly Night in America. Boy, we've got a good one going for you here tonight. Well, at least if you like shows like NCIS and Law and Order SVU, because there's some crimes going on here. Let's take a look at how things are standing right now. Yeah, I had to watch myself. This is not Definition After Dark. Monopoly After Dark maybe next year. So currently, let's look at how things stand. Of course, right now, after we did our upgrades of houses and hotels, remember those cost them $50 a piece. And if they get them built on there evenly, then they can add a hotel for an additional $50. So right now we have Tyrone Allen, and I keep wanting to call him Tyrone Biggums, is currently at $0 and in third place. In second place is Joshua Rutan, still sitting there with $810 because he didn't have anything to spend his money on. And in first place, after giving hotels on every last one of his 7 monopolies, he still has $1,870. Why? Because that's why. So it is that time in the evening where we bring out what I believe is the heart and soul of Monopoly Night in America. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back once again with his shiniest top hat and tails. It's Mr. Monopoly, Jason Joel Quantavious Myers.
Hi, Jason. Hey, Jason.
Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
I thought he was about to ask you what the special was.
No, please no.
Yeah, right.
Anywhere but here, please.
Yeah, right. So, yeah, there's allegedly been a game going on here tonight, but all I have seen is Poot, spreading his effervescence everywhere.
I've seen this scenario play out before. I have a feeling that if this is a repeat of that last scenario, it might be history twice in this season. But we'll see what happens.
It's funny you say that because I was just thinking, I'm like, this is setting up to be another millionaires club.
Yeah. We just had one 2 weeks ago. We're about to have one again, maybe, possibly.
I guess that's what happens when you put new rules in.
Tyrone, defend your property with your life.
Yes. At least from Seffi, that's for sure.
Yeah,
So,
because I'm sure another hostile takeover will be coming.
So, Jason,
They
I
usually
know
come
that
at least 3 times a night.
Yep. I know, unfortunately, the third episode of Definition After Dark was not able to air last night, but I know that there's plans on it still continuing and it being back on Sunday night, correct?
Yeah, last night there was a huge snag in the plans, and
I just came home and not a good mind to host anything or even want to be online at the time I came home. It wasn't until about maybe 3 hours later I actually did get online. So it was probably for the best that I didn't host it because I would have just sucked the life out of it.
Sucking the life out of stuff. That sounds like a job for Joshua Rutan. So,
Yeah, we don't talk about that.
we'll come back to that later. But, well, it's good to have you here, and we definitely look forward to seeing the next episode of Definition After Dark, as it's the newest hit of Grandma Studios, which I know that I'm one of the founders of Grandma Studios, and Jason, you, of course, are a very vital part of Grandma Studios. But I think it's fair to say, no matter what, and I don't think it's pretty much undeniable that right behind MVG Productions, Grandma Studios just keeps putting out hit after hit after hit with their shows.
Maybe, possibly.
Yeah,
A little bit.
I
you
can't
think
deny
about it.
that.
You've got Monopoly Night in America. You've got the Barry and Enright Cup. You have got Definition After Dark. You've got Sorry the Game Show. I mean,
we're still trying to collect money for that one. So
Yeah.
if you see the offering played pass by you, put the money in there, please.
yes, please. We'll even take those 7
Put
million
$1 in
pennies.
the box.
Those 7 million pennies that get thrown away every day.
Yeah, I need my cash and prizes.
Yeah.
Oracle,
yeah.
part of Grandma Studios?
Say what?
I'll just buy out Grandma Studios. Just give Turd and Jason
about-
back the money.
How about you
Yeah.
don't say you did?
Yeah. But hey,
I was
But
saying I
hey.
thought Oracle was part of the brand.
oh, Farkle is definitely it's Farkle has not been able to be shown under that just yet because there was, I'll call it a semi-merger between Land of Confusion and Grandma Studios. We're kind of a powerhouse group together. So hopefully the next season of Farkle, and who knows, there might even be a Farkle After Dark if you pay attention
I
long
was about
enough.
to say, get out of my head. I know where you're going with this. Get out of my head.
Either way.
A couple years ago, put all his games after dark.
Whether it's, and trust me, the After Dark thing has started to catch on, and now it's made its way over to a very friendly group that we participate with a lot, Game Show Emporium GSE Studios, run by our very close friend Patrick Murphy. I know they have started some After Dark stuff now, but just remember, Patrick, we were the first ones, bish.
Right.
So, but yeah, so yes, Farkle is out there. Farkle has been a hit show, and yes, we definitely look forward to seeing it expand and grow itself.
My season will be coming. It is under editing.
Yes,
It will be coming. Be patient.
yes, but we're definitely glad to have it under the Grandma Studios brand. Grandma Studios just really taken off. But I've said enough about that. Let's get ourselves into this game. So I'll let Jason go ahead with his magical dice. That who knows, they may be the Farkle dice for all I know. He's going to head on over and get ready.
They're only purple. They're not red.
Well, all right. So we'll let him go ahead and get set up as we get ready to get into our big money round here. Of course, there's going to be 15 minutes on the clock, players. We are going to try to make our way around the board as many times as we possibly can. If we stop at any property that belongs to you, you're going to get asked a trivia question all to your lonesome. Get it correct, and you're going to get the rent amount based on the upgrade you have on that property. If you get it wrong, it won't cost you anything, but it does become a toss-up for the other two players. If one of them gets it correct, they will steal that rent money, but if they get it wrong, it will cost them. So be very, very careful. We've also got the Kevin Henry Memorial Specials out there, Chance and Community Chest. As you say, Memorial, what happened to Kevin? Well, he's just over there. He's like, man, I'm just
a little on the inside.
Yeah, a little bit every time that we laugh. He's like, I just don't freaking get it. So don't worry, Kevin. Stick around long enough. You'll eventually get it. And then you'll call me and you'll be like, slap yourself in the forehead and go, I'll finally get it, turd. Although he doesn't sound like that, but you know, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's been a while since you've seen him, but you know him. He'll be back eventually. Who knows? Maybe he'll host something with the lovely Katie at some point. But with that being said, let's continue on.
Very possible.
Yeah, very possible. So, of course, we've also got our utilities, waterworks, and electric company, which is 100 times whatever the roll on those dice of Jason over there. We've got go to jail, which will send you over into the jail for a mighty little moment and cost you $50. We got free parking, which has $500 just waiting for you guys to come land on it and try to win that one with a single question. And we've got those railroads. And it will be all aboard as you have a chance in one question to have a hostile takeover and change the face of this game. So let's get to it. Whenever Jason gives us our first roll, we'll go ahead and move it, and that 15 minutes will begin. Let's do our 15-minute big money round.
We start out with a 2 and a 3 for a 5.
Now, of course we do, because it's the rounding road.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Lord, players, it's hostile takeover time. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
Players, get ready on that buzzer. In science, what is the only rock that is regularly consumed by humans? Joshua.
Calcium.
No, I'm sorry. Poot?
Salt.
Salt. Salt is what we were looking for there. All right, so Poot, where? Well, I would say where, but I don't even know why I'm asking. All right, so we're going to start here on St. Charles Place. Remember, I need 3 correct answers, and you will steal this Monopoly and its combined value. Get any of the questions wrong, and you're going to be paying over to Tyrone. So here we go. First question, you're trying to get St. Charles Place. The Spanish author Miguel de Cervantes wrote which book that was later turned into the musical Man of La Mancha?
Don Quixote.
Don Quixote is correct. We move over to States Avenue, 450 at risk. Penguins are found where the... Okay, excuse me. Are they found in the Arctic or the Antarctic?
The Antarctic.
Antarctic is correct. And finally, we go to Virginia Avenue. So 540 at risk here. Get it correct, though, and you're going to steal $440 of combined value. In 1836, which U.S. state became the first home for a Mormon temple?
Missouri.
No, I'm sorry. Correct answer was Ohio, which means we are going to take away the $540 of rent from you. That's going to be paid over to Tyrone. And with that, this hostile takeover was unsuccessful. All right, next roll, please.
We're probably going to see another day as we get a 4 and a 6 for a 10.
That will take us to Illinois Avenue.
All right, Poot, you lost some money. Let's try to get some of that back and then some. 1,100 on the line.
Poot, in math, let me make sure I got this. -7 multiplied by -6 equals what?
Positive 42.
Positive 42 is correct. 1,100 to you. 2430. Next roll.
64 for a 10 again.
And that takes us to Pennsylvania Avenue.
All right, Poot, a chance to extend your lead. $1,400 on the line.
Poot, in motoring, if an automobile is a coupe, how many doors does it have?
2.
2 is correct. 1,400 to you. 3830. Next roll.
You got doubles this time, and it's a 6.
And that takes us to go. That's $200 given to each player. And another roll.
Well, a surprise for us. It's for a 10.
And that's going to take us to just visiting the jail. Nobody's there right now except for Dirty Donnie.
Don't disturb him.
Yep.
You got doubles, and it's a 4.
Virginia Avenue.
All right, Tyrone, here's a chance to try to close that massive gap that Poot made. Let's see, 3 houses on the line, and $540.
All right, Tyrone. Which artist was born first? Vincent van Gogh or Claude Monet?
Van Gogh.
No, I'm sorry. Toss up. Rudin?
Monet.
Monet is correct. That was easy. 540 to you. You're to 1550. Next roll.
That doubles. It's a 12.
And that takes us to Atlantic Avenue.
And this question goes to Poot. It's worth $11.50.
Poot, in television, the U.S. cable network ESPN primarily shows what type of programming?
Sports.
Sports is correct. 1150 to you. Takes you to 5180. Next roll.
Not doubles. 4 and 5 for a 9.
Not
And
this
that's the
shit.
short line.
Let's try this again, players. One correct answer will give you a chance to take over somebody's property. Good luck.
All right, players. Which play by William Shakespeare inspired the Broadway musical Kiss Me Kate? And that's Tyrone.
A Midsummer Night's forget it.
No, I'm sorry. Poot.
Taming of the Shrew.
Taming of the Shrew is correct. We know where you're headed, so we are going to race around. We will not be giving money. We will not be giving money for go on this one.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, here we go again. You know what's at risk here. In the stock market, if you want to short a stock, are you hoping the price goes up or down?
When short it, you're hoping it goes up.
No, you're hoping it goes down, which means you have lost $450. We're going to pay that over to Tyrone, and that means
That's the only
this
way I can get
hostile
money.
takeover was unsuccessful. Next roll.
I'm 5 and 1 for a 6.
And community chest.
Community chest!
All right. All right.
That happened.
So it's your lucky day. The third place player, which is currently Tyrone, you're going to collect $25 times the dice roll. And the dice roll was a 6. So that means you're going to walk away with $150. All right, next roll.
5 and 6 for an 11.
That's the waterworks, right?
All right, Waterworks.
Yep, that's Waterworks, one of our 2 utility properties. This question is worth $1,100 since I rolled an 11, and it's open season.
All right, so here we go. According to the title, in what century did the Buck Rogers television series take? Tyrone?
22nd.
No, I'm sorry. Joshua?
18th.
Nope. Poot?
25th.
The 25th century is correct. 1100 to you. You're at 5830. Next roll.
Another 10, 4 and a 6.
Shocker.
Right.
Oh, and that
Yeah.
takes us to luxury tax.
Yeah, so I hope you like the money because now I got to take $75 from each of you. Hand it over, please.
All right, that goes into the free parking jackpot, which now stands at $725. Next roll.
It's doubles. It's a 4.
All right, we do pass go. $200 to each player. And we're at community chest.
I love that laugh.
All right, this one says inheritance. Green player, you're going to collect $250. All right, next roll.
Whoa.
Doubles again. This time it's a 4.
And that takes us to Oriental Avenue.
All right, Seffy is $550 on the line to try to get back some of that money you lost to Tyrone.
Seffi, in education, how long does it typically take to earn a bachelor's degree?
4 years.
4 years is correct. 550 a year at 6505. Next roll.
What a shocker. It's a 10.
Are you sure those
And-
dice aren't loaded?
That takes us to St. James Place.
All right, Sally. A chance to extend your lead even more. There's $9.50 on the line.
Seffi, in sports, Vince Lombardi coached which NFL team to multiple championships?
Green Bay Packers.
Green Bay Packers is correct. 950 to you. Takes you to 74.55. Next roll.
Under 6 minutes remaining, we have a 2 and a 3 for a 5.
And that takes us to Kentucky Avenue.
All right, Seffi, the questions are headed your way. There's $10.50 on the line this time.
Poot, in movies, the Oliver Stone film Platoon is set during which war?
Vietnam War.
Vietnam is correct. 1050 to you. Takes you to 85.05. Next roll.
1 and 5 for a 6.
And that takes us to Ventnor Avenue.
Another question for Poot. 11.50 this time.
All right, Poot, the name of what group of extinct creatures comes from the Latin for monstrous lizard?
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs correct. 1150 to you. Takes you to 96.55. Next roll.
2 and 4 for a 6.
All right, there's Cool Chest again.
Damn, Ted's gonna land on me.
Somebody put some volume out there for that guy. What the hell?
All right, this one says weekend convention passes. Green player is going to receive $200 from each opponent. So let's take 200 from Poot and 200 from Tyrone, and we're going to give 400 to Joshua, taking him to 23.25. Next roll.
Okay.
How ironic! Joshua gets the convention pass.
Mhm.
Doubles. It's a 2.
Okay.
That's the short line.
Let's try this again, players. One question could give you a chance to take over somebody's property.
3 damn times.
All right, players. Which of the following schools is not in the Ivy League? Cornell, Amherst, Dartmouth. Joshua?
Amherst.
Amherst is correct. All right. Which property would you like to attack?
I would like to attack Seppi's red properties, please.
All right. So we're just going to back that ass up for the Reds.
I'm going to say which one. He's got a bunch of reds.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. We started Kentucky Avenue. Remember, I need 3 correct answers, and you have at risk on this first question 1,050. The West Bank refers to the West Bank of which river in Israel?
I don't know it. I don't know it.
So the correct answer would be the River Jordan. So unfortunately, that's going to cost you 1,050. We'll pay that over to its owner, Poot. And with that, this hostile takeover was also unsuccessful. All right, next roll.
On the 3 minutes remaining, we have a 6 and a 3 for a 9.
Oh no.
And we're headed to jail. All right, each player pays $50, and that goes over into the free parking jackpot, taking it up to $875 with another
Give us a
roll.
10 now.
How about doubles instead? It's a 6.
St. James Place.
All right, Poot. You seem to be getting all the money. Here's some more. $9.50 on the line.
Which sportsman referred to himself as the luckiest man on the face of the earth upon his retirement?
Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig is correct. 950. You're at 11,405. Next roll.
4 and 9.
2 and 5 for a 7.
That's Indiana Avenue.
All right, Poot. Another question. $10.50 on the line.
All right, Poot. Let's see. Here we go. In movies, who directed the first film in the Star Wars series?
George Lucas.
George Lucas is correct. That puts you to 12,455. Next roll.
2 and 6 for an 8.
That's Pacific Avenue.
Poot. Another question. This time it's $12.75 on the line.
In business, what U.S. state is home to the 3 major U.S. automakers?
Michigan.
Michigan's correct. Takes you to 13,730. Next roll.
5 and 6 for an 11.
All right, we'll pass go with 200.
Oh my goodness.
Community chest.
Oh, we're close at this game. Good grief.
All right, so this one says building code violation. First place player, you're going to pay $250 to each other player. So we're going to take $500 away from you. We're going to give
so bad.
$250 of it to Tyrone, $250 of it to Joshua, and we have another roll.
Okay, that's so bad. Okay. I thought it was the housing loan. Thank God.
It's doubles. It's a 6.
And that's Vermont Avenue.
All right, Seffi, a chance to get that money back. $550 on the line.
Which playwright was born first, William Shakespeare or Moliere?
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare is correct. 550 you. 13,980. Next roll.
401 for a 5.
That's States Avenue.
All right, Tyrone, a chance for you to get some money finally. $450 on the line.
All right, Tyrone. In which Washington, D.C. theater was President Abraham Lincoln shot in 1865? We'll finish this.
I don't know.
Wait for the buzzer. All right, now it's a toss-up. Poot.
Ford's Theater.
Ford's Theater is correct. 450 to you takes you to $14,430. And that sound means time is up for the big money round. Let's take a look at where we stand. Right now, in third place is our gold player, Tyrone Allen, with $1,665. In second place is our green player, Joshua Rutan, with $1,675. And in first place, no shit, Sherlock, is Poot McVay with $14,430 and most everyone's dignity. All right, so with that,
That's
we are
right, turd. Chance, Community Chest, and this payback, all brought to you by the benevolent mind of Kevin Henry.
benevolent my ass. With that said, this is where we're going to take our final commercial break as we try to remove Kevin's head from his own ass. And when we come back, we're going to sell back all of those upgrades and find out who's going on to play for $50,000 when we go once around the block right here on Monopoly Night in America. Back here with Monopoly. I want to say it was a good one. It was a fun one. How about that? That would be more true. All right. It was interesting as well. All right. So let's see how things are going to finish up tonight like we don't already know. So we will, of course, start just like we always do with our third place player. That was Tyrone Allen. He had $1,665 coming out of that round. We sell back his upgrades, which somehow he was able to keep, and he nets $450 for that. We add that to his total tonight. He finishes with $2,115. Our player that finished second coming out of that last round, Joshua Rutan, he had $1,675. He had nothing to sell back, so he will finish with $1,675. And finally, we go over to our current champion, Poot McVay. He had $14,430. When we sell back all of his upgrades, he's able to net an additional $4,750. When we add that to his total, he finishes tonight with $19,180. Poot, you are the four-time champion here on Monopoly Night in America. Congratulations.
Great game, everyone. Very good game. Very good game.
All
For
right.
you, maybe. For us, I don't know. Hey, Tyrone, do you want to go get a beer?
Yeah, if it's a what is it? A Angry Orchard, that'd be great.
Sure, let's do it.
All right. So we will be back to talk to you in just a moment here, Poot. But first, we'll go ahead and talk to our runners-up tonight, starting with our third place finisher, Joshua Rutan, $1,675. Joshua, you came into tonight's game. One of the things you asked me was, hey, are you planning on filming a second episode this week? Because if so, I've got a lot of stuff going on work-wise. Well, we found out we're going to have to worry about that after all.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? Either way, I followed some advice that a certain fish told me to do, and it kind of blew up in my face, but I still had a great time.
Well, hey, we're definitely glad you had a great time. The thing is, you are a really good player. It's just, man, when you getting going up against Seffi, the man he's good on the buzzer. Sometimes I notice he hangs back just a little bit, kind of lets other people make some mistakes, and then he comes in from the kill behind that. But that's definitely no slouching on your end. $1,675 we're going to be adding to your total now. So for the season, you are up to $7,365, and that's actually going to officially move you into 7th place overall on the season, which puts you just a little under $4,000 behind 6th place overall, which is Travis Coulter. So hope you had a good time with us, and that we will see you back again before the season's over.
I hope to be back again. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up there for Mr. Joshua Rutan. As we make our way over now to our second place player tonight. It was his first time on the stage. Tyrone Allen finishes with $2,115. He started the night tonight not thinking anything about even trying to play Monopoly. He makes his way up on stage and has a pretty decent showing for his first time out. Tyrone, did you have fun?
I did. Just like I just feel, I don't know, man. It's just like I have fun here, but just like I knew I just well, I didn't know at the first, but just like when the end of round, it was like I was just hoping to just keep what I had at the end of the acquisition round.
Hey, I totally understand that one. But hey, you know, again, for your first time here, that is not bad at all. That is actually enough to move you above 2 people that were on the leaderboard. Now has you in 16th place. I know that doesn't sound very good. The top 9 will make it into our tournament at the end of the season. And just so you have an idea, you're about $3,200, just a little under $3,200 away from making it into that top 9 right now. So you are definitely within earshot. So hopefully you'll plan to come back and play with us another time or two before the season's over.
I'm going to try and hopefully I don't get blown out by the next game.
Hey, it's all according to how the dice roll and who winds up being the champion at that time. So, hey, we thank you for being here. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Mr. Tyrone Allen. All right, and we now make our way over to the man of the hour, Mr. Scott Poot McVay. He's added an additional $19,180 to his season total. So, yeah, we're not even going to talk about your total yet because, of course, you're probably going to go over here and take us for even more in the bonus game. Yeah. But I'll tell you, the number is growing. You're a 4-time champion now. That's twice you've done it in the same season, and we're only getting in the neighborhood of close to 2/3 of the way through the season. You've got to be feeling really good about what you're doing.
Yeah, pretty much, though. I still think to myself, how does this keep happening here? But there we go. As long as I can still keep this train going, I think I'll try to keep chugging along. That's all I can say.
Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. So, good news is, again, $19,180 is yours to keep. And if you're ready, I think it's time for us to play a little bonus game action.
I agree.
All right, let's do it. It's time to go once around the block. As I attempt to keep a sneeze from happening, although I think it's going to happen anyway. Maybe, maybe not. It's playing tricks with my nose. All right, seems like it's gone away. All right. Well, it's kind of disappeared at this point. All right, so Poop, of course, you have a chance here. Since you won last time, you will be playing for a maximum of $50,000. Could be as also be the $25,000 range. We'll talk more about that in just a second. So, of course, you are going to have 5 rolls of the dice here to try to make it all the way around the board. If you make it all the way past go, that's where you get the $25,000. Land exactly on go, and we will double it and make it $50,000. Now, we can't make it just that simple. We're going to be placing 4 extra go to jail spaces in addition to the one that's already in the upper right-hand corner by placing 1 on 2nd Street, 1 on 3rd Street, and 2 on 4th Street. So, Poot, where would you like to put your 1 on 2nd Street that is between St. Charles Place and New York Avenue?
It's been working for me so far. Virginia.
All right, Virginia. Now we need 1 on 3rd Street between Kentucky Avenue and Marvin Gardens.
Let's chance it.
And we need 2 on 4th Street between Pacific Avenue and Boardwalk.
Well, this is working for me so far. Pacific and chance.
All right, we've got them on there. I will also remind you, if at any time you roll doubles, we will give you an extra roll to help you along your way. And for every space that you make it around the board safely, we'll add $100 into that center Officer Bar Brady jackpot. If you run out of rolls or at any time you decide to walk away, that center jackpot is yours. Now be very careful, because if you hit the go to jail space, that money in the middle is gone, gonzo, not coming back, and you'll only have what you won in the front game. So if you understand these rules as I have read them to you, then it's time for us to go once around the block. So we've got the rock and roller all fired up there for you. You've got your red button. Whenever you're ready, give it a press.
All right, let's go for a double. Start it off on a good foot. Click.
Asking you shall receive. It's doubles for a 10.
Nice.
Fantastic start there. $1,000 goes into a pot. We've already given you that roll back, so you're at 5 rolls right now. Your bad roll is a 4 and a 12. Kind of odd to have two already up here, but it can happen. So walk away with the grand or continue rolling.
Let's keep going up here.
All right, here we go. That rock and roller is moving. Press the red button.
Okay, 2 numbers I do not want. 10 numbers I do want. Actually, 9 numbers I want. Click.
5 and 6 for an 11.
Wow, you skipped over one. $1,100 more added in the center jackpot. $2,100. Technically, in reality, you've really already knocked out 2 of the go to jail spaces, because that one in front of you cannot hurt you. So you could walk away with $2,100, or you can continue on with your 4 rolls, with your bad roll at this point being a 9 and a 10.
All right. Things are going good so far. Roll it again.
He's rolling again, so that rock and roller is a jiggling. Press the red button.
All right. Waiting for it to get a good one. Click.
2 and 6 for an 8.
Lucky man. $800 more in there. 2,900. You have basically eliminated another go to jail space. There's only 2 more in your way. You have 3 rolls left, 2,900 in the bank if you want to walk away, which I really don't think you're going to. Just so you know, bad rolls are a 2 and a 7. 2 and a 7. 7 is a high frequency roll, so should you go or should you walk away?
Oh.
He's rolling. Fire up the rock and roller. Give us that red button.
Right now, I really want an 11 just to get the $50,000. Click.
1 and 5 for a 6.
Woo, I'm safe.
All right, $600 more in the center pot. 3,500. As you said, you are safe at this point. You cannot lose that money in the center pot in any way, shape, or form. And unless there is there's no way you don't win the bonus game at this point. None.
Yeah.
0. So you're going to go on. So let's fire up that rock and roll. Let's see, is he going to win 50K or 25K? You'll get 50K with a roll of a 5.
Come on, 5 for 50. Click.
4 and 3 for a 7.
I'm safe.
You have passed go, and that's $25,000 more, Seffi. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you again.
And, of course, we take that $25,000. We add that on to what you won in the front game this evening. So for your 6th win here, your sixth bonus game win, $44,180. I mean, I don't even know what to say at this point.
And it's going right for me. There you go. Maybe I found the right combination for this bonus round.
It really does look like you've got a great combination. I tell you that the dice can be very shifty, but they're working for you right now. Here's the good news. With that 25K win and with you winning so much in the front game, listen to this. Your total for the season right now, $800,298. Just unheard of. I know that right now you've got to be feeling just ecstatic.
I am very ecstatic right now, Turd. Yes.
Well, hey, we congratulate you on that one. Another win. I will remind you, of course, as we will be playing another game with you most likely this week. You'll be looking for your 5th win. I'm sure that the best of the best are going to be coming out trying to stop you, because if you do win that 5th game, Jason, what's going to happen?
He's going to win a new car! That's right, Stephanie. You get a chance to win a brand new car here on Monopoly Night in America.
That's right, Seffi. You can get that car, but you're going to have to win that 5th game. So yes. I know that we're planning on doing it a night later this week. That's still a little bit up in the air. We'll talk about that once we get off camera. But congratulations on your 4th win in a row tonight, and we will see you back here again on episode 17.
You know I'll be here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you got Scott Poot McVay, another fantastic win for him tonight, Jason. And his run here this season is just, it's going above all belief in what could happen.
Is there any stopping this guy at this point? We say this every time. somebody out there is bound to have the formula to stop him. It's just a matter of finding that person to stop him.
Somebody that can make it through the showdown round in the
Right.
the pregame. So just taking a quick look at the setup for him this year, in the games that he's played. He has now played in 10 games this season. His record is at 8-2 on the season, which is phenomenal. He has won the bonus game at the $25,000 level. He has won our bonus game at the $50,000 level. He was able to win the $500,000 on Millionaires Club. The only thing he has not done so far in our bonus game this season is to win the $1 million prize on Millionaires Club. That's all that's kind of left for him to do.
Yeah, and I think at that point, that would be the time that you hand over the keys to him. Like, here, the game is yours.
All right. So, yeah, it's a phenomenal thing that's going on here. I can say I'm very glad to be a part of it. Let me ask you this, Jason, since you've kind of lived this, and in a way, I would say living it to some degree. If you go back to the season 1 of Turds Tic-Tac-Dough, you won a lot of money yourself. You were well up into over $1 million, but you had a 24 game winning streak. Which of the two, I know it's hard to sometimes compare. It's like trying to compare Jordan to LeBron or, other players that are even, older than Jordan. What do you think? Which do you think of those two are harder, kind of running off a win streak like that on Tic-Tac-Dough? Or do you think it's harder to do what he's done here in Monopoly so far?
Damn. Realistically, both of them are difficult to do in their own rights. Because you got, no matter which way you look at it, you got a big string of contestants coming at you either way. And you have to try your best to turn them away one by one, or in Poot's case, 2 by 2.
Right. This is true. It's like he's building his own arc of misery when it comes to people that he's defeated this season. That'll be the last thing we'll take just a quick look at. So far this season, he has defeated Brandon Scruggs, Gianni Peasy, AJ Richards, Scott Yoko, Doug Trovinger, Brandon Scruggs again, AJ Richards again, Nell Snesrud. Then let's see, Jason, he got you. He's got Joshua Rutan twice. He's taken out Mikey Bombardier and Ray Weaver. He took out Scruggs a third time and Jose a second time. And now he has taken out Tyrone Allen as well. So his victims just continue to pile up. There's not a lot else that we can throw at him. There's a little, but not a lot.
Yeah. Like somebody out there is trying to secretly build a dam and hope that he runs head first into it. I doubt it, because this guy seems to know the ins and outs of everything.
Yeah, but yeah, one hell of a run going here. That's going to continue later this week. Remember, guys, if you will subscribe to this channel, then I don't even have to tell you when the next game's coming up, because if you're subscribed, whenever we go live and you've rung that bell for notifications, then you're going to get that notification that, hey, Monopoly Night in America or some live stream, something is coming up here. So I want to go ahead and get myself tuned into that MVG channel. Boom, one click, you're there, and you can catch what we've got going on. Tonight was live stream number 173. Tomorrow night, we will be back here again with the $1 million Barry and Enright Cup as it goes for, I believe it's 16th episode, if I'm not mistaken. So getting very, very close. We're down to the last 5 episodes of the regular season before we get into the tournament ladder play. So definitely make sure that you are here for that. It'll be right around 11:10 Central when we go live with that. So definitely be ready to stay tuned to your MVG channel here for that. Again, there will be some episode later in the week. Another one of be episode 17 of Monopoly Night in America again. And then we will plan on being back Sunday night as well for another episode of Definition After Dark. Sorry that we missed you guys this last week. But like I said, had some stuff going on, and sometimes that just happens. And sometimes it happens last minute. So again, thank you all for watching as you always do. Make sure, again, give us a thumbs up. We would really appreciate it. It means a lot to us when we go back and we check and see how that's going. Leave us comments. We want to know what you guys think. Even if you've been leaving them in the live chat tonight, go in there inside of the video afterwards and leave us some comments. We definitely will look at your feedback and always keep that stuff into consideration, because without you, this game just does not work and it does not happen. So do that for us. And we will be back again tomorrow night for that Barry and Enright Cup. But until then, until we go once around the block again to see if Seffi can break us even more, he was Jason Myers. I'm Turd Ferguson, and you sure as hell aren't. We'll see you back here again next time for more Monopoly Night in America. Until then, good night, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, as the final buzzer sounds and the lights dim on another exciting day, we bid farewell here at MVG Productions, broadcasting from the heart of Silva, North Carolina. Today we've seen contestants triumph, puzzles unravel, and fortunes change. We hope our game shows brought you thrills, laughter, and maybe a few nail-biting moments. Thank you for being a part of our audience, supporting us, and recognizing the vision of Brandon Scruggs, who owns and operates MVG Productions. Until next time, we leave you with our national anthem. Good night.
They grabbed him by the balls, or the jewels.